Now, this next segment of the show, I've written Blade and then in brackets, oh no! A lot of bad Blade news.
You think there's going to be a regular segment?
I hope
called
not.
Blade Oh No?
I hope not. Is that people who see Blade, maybe?
Yes.
Vampires, I'd imagine, mostly.
Yeah.
Or racists, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Basim Tarek, who was the director on this, left.
What?
But don't worry, he's still going to serve as a producer,
Phew.
which means nothing, really.
Oh.
And the production for this movie, which doesn't currently have a director, starts on October 5th. And you might be like...
That's this week, I
Yeah,
think.
it's interesting.
That's in 3 days. You think we could put our hat in the ring?
It's ridiculous. It's October already. It's already the spookiest time of the year. And I'm not just talking about tax time, Mason.
He's done it again.
They don't have...
That reminds me, I've got to do my taxes.
This is not happening, obviously.
No, absolutely not.
Unless they meant November 5th, which either way, that's not happening either. So this is why THR.
Have you been confused by the fact that October's the 10th month? Do you think maybe that's...
Maybe, Mason. I get confused a lot. But I will say this. If it's out in November, it has to start now.
Right.
Around now.
Yeah. Marvel can turn around a movie in a year. They can't turn it around
No.
in less than a year, I don't think.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so THR said, due to continued shifts in our production schedule, sorry, this is an official statement to THR. Due to our continued shifts in our production schedule, Basim is no longer moving forward as director and of Blade, but will remain as an executive producer on the film. We appreciated blah, 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 hard work getting him, etc.
Sure.
So this is also via Jeff Snyder.
Oh, yes, your mate.
I'm told the current Blade script is roughly 90 pages, which would make it roughly 90 minutes. Except a lot of those pages would be like, and then he does a big flip.
He does a big flip and they
then
can't
his
believe
sword,
it.
they look at his
None of the
sword.
vampires or racists can believe he did
No,
that.
they
flip
go,
so
oh
good.
no, Blade!
Blade. This is a movie where the bad guys have a catchphrase and Blade does not have a catchphrase.
And features exactly 2 lackluster action sequences.
Yeah.
Now, I guess action sequences aren't often much in a script, though. It's often
That's
like,
true.
and then
He did a big flip and all the...
and they kicked each other and everyone said no.
I've literally never seen a Marvel MCU script. Like I've never read one in real life. I'm sure they're available if you want to find one.
You could
but
purchase
what
one.
do the action
It
sequences
depends.
look
Depends
like?
who's doing it.
Yeah, right.
Whatever, yes. Often it will just be they fight, or they'll some others. I think James Gunn.
I was going to say James Gunn
plots them
certainly.
out meticulously.
Yeah, I imagine a James Gunn would do that because he has a certain amount of creative freedom in that way. But a lot of like what we would call like a journeyman directors who were just brought in to do the character stuff, they'd be like, we've done all the action sequences already. So
Yeah, fuck off.
yeah, get out of here.
Mahershalla, though, of course, who's taking on the role of Blade, is who was cast, I think, was it 2018 or 2019 he came out on stage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was said to be very frustrated with the process. Feige is said to be spread too thin, but hey, that's just what my sources are telling me. Don't shoot the messenger. I would have believed that about him being spread too thin. There's Marvel every week.
Yeah, there sure is.
There's too much.
Yeah. There's only so many times you can swap hats for different, aspects of the franchise.
Yeah, exactly. So this is also via Illuminerdi, who said, Bo DeMayo is leading Marvel Studios' efforts to overhaul the movie, starting from scratch and writing a script that is essentially entirely new. DeMayo's work, he's also worked on Moon Knight and essentially the head writer on X-Men 97, and this impressed Kevin Feige and other studio executives. So
I'm impressed.
I like
Aren't
this.
you also impressed?
Who's he
Drones
talking to?
is the other executives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all, yep.
Very good, sir.
Leading them to go to hand over the reins to rebuild Blade's backstory from the ground up. Now, apparently, this is also a rumor. The original script was set in the 1920s, which I think is where his origin was, maybe. It included European vampires. Oh, I love a fancy vampire.
Right.
And I love fancy vampires getting fucking wrecked, mate.
Sure,
I hope this is true.
Yeah.
It's also been rumored that the draft of the story features multiple time jumps, so post-1920s.
Okay, so you maybe want a fancy vampire. What sort of vampires do we want? Do we want a vampire that transforms into a bat, or do we want a vampire that's just a pale man?
They be doing vampire bats in Blade comics, I assume.
Yeah.
They do all sorts of super.
Your Marvel vampires can turn into a bat, can turn into a wolf, can turn into a mist.
Okay.
They are also vulnerable to silver bullets.
Am I vulnerable to that?
Yes.
It's the silver, though, isn't it? It's not the bullet.
Yeah, it's the silver man, yeah. That'll upset you.
So that's cool.
It is cool, I think, yeah. But do we want like... I imagine what we'll get is closer to classic vampires as opposed to like, weird freaky vampires that can...
Like in Blade 2? Like
The
vampire vampires?
The vampire vampires, yeah. I suspect we'll get less of that and more your classic vampires going Blair and so forth.
Yeah. I would like a mix. This,
Yeah, I mean, there could be different. I mean, obviously, in the Twilight franchise, we've got vampires from different
true.
Regions, and they'd had sort of different powers.
Some are wolves.
Yeah, that is very true.
Some of those vampires are wolves, if I remember those movies
James,
correctly.
you've never played the Vampire the Masquerade games, which the
Masquerade,
the tabletop
every
role playing game
vampire
and the video
different
games.
shade.
But in those games, there are different clans of vampires, and each of them sort of represent different myths of vampires.
Oh, that's
so there
fun.
are vampires that look like your Nosferatu, Count, whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah.
Freaky vampires. And there's ones that look like European royalty, and there's ones that are, weird fleshcrafty monsters.
Are they cool, like emo techno ones?
Yeah, there are emo techno ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favourite.
Yeah. I've just downloaded an MP3, they say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get it to work in my car, though. Ooh,
That's right.
I've only got this CD player. Ooh. If any and all of this is true, which a lot of it is because the director did leave,
Yes, sure.
this sucks. I really want not an example.
No.
Shut up, Mason. I
was about to hit the pun alert button. You could see me reaching for the big red button.
No, I thought that was the laughter button.
Yeah.
Mason, bad news. Don't like this.
Uh-oh.
So there you go. That's it.
Oh, that.
It's been
Okay. I
all
thought you were
that.
going to say there was a new bit of news and you were like, I thought you were leading into bad news.
No, this is good news,
Okay.
unless you consider it bad news. Hugh Jackman.
Oh.
This is huge news.
Can I jump in with one bit of news?
Sure. Let's do it. Damn it.
That's right.
God damn it.
Entertainment, I want to say weekly.
Okay.
Director James Gunn and Peacemaker actress Jennifer Holland marry at ceremony packed with
I
Marvel and
did see
DC
this.
stars.
I saw
Isn't
the
that lovely?
photos, yes.
That's lovely.
Did you get an invite?
Yeah, I couldn't make it though.
Oh, didn't you?
Yeah, I was working. Just my regular
You had
job.
that shift.
Yeah, I had that late shift. My God. I'm
Night
like,
school holidays. I was
yeah.
also invited. So.
Yeah, we were both invited. We're big time. He's fans of us because that time we annoyed him. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Don't annoy him this time.
No,
folks.
he was very nice about
Yeah.
it, actually.
He's probably on his
He
honeymoon.
probably is.
Director James Gunn, Peacemaker star Jennifer Holland hit Instagram on Friday with photos of their wedding celebration in Aspen,
Was
Colorado.
John Cena there?
John Cena was there.
That's what I want
You
to
better
hear.
believe it. And
Isn't there
there's-
separate photos, the ones with the Guardians? and
There's a
ones with
Peacemaker cast photo.
Is that
Everybody's
an actor
looking
the
great.
actors who were in both? Are they in both photos?
I think so.
Because there's a dude with the butterfly in him.
Yeah. Rook is definitely in both sets of photos, I think.
He's in Peacemaker?
No,
Oh,
but he's in Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Other highlights of the day include the wedding cake toppers designed by Funko, which Gunn said he wasn't allowed to see before the wedding because Bride Pop's dress was too close a match to the real thing.
Oh.
Bit of fun.
Bit of fun.
Bit of fun. Your wife has recently re-released your wedding photos.
Re-released?
Yeah, she's
Limited
re-released it
edition.
for a
Has
limited
she?
time. I think so on Instagram. Yeah, recently.
I did see that, actually,
Because
yeah.
you've been married for...
4 times, yeah.
Oh, wow. You get less marriages for murder.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good day, Mason. It's the last happy memory I have.
Are you saying even, James, even including all these podcasts we've done?
That is very much correct.
Yeah, well.
I remember this. Look how dark my hair is. Ooh, so rich and dark.
Mm.
God, incredible. There's a lot of greater still.